right. Welcome, welcome with love and light. Namaste, Ashe. Happy, is it still Wednesday? Okay. Happy Wednesday. Happy Mercury Day. Happy Pentacles Day. It is now Thursday. All right. So let me pull an angel number with an affirmation. This is collective reading. All signs. Happy Saturn retrograde. Happy Mercury retrograde. Saturn will be retrograde for 128 days. It started, um, I believe on the 13th, right around the time Mercury went retrograde. So we have the number 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we have angel number 1, 2, 3, vision. Angel whispers, your path will not look identical to anyone else's. That is what makes you unique. Remember that as you stay the path that feels connected, the path will continue to lead you to alignment. Let your vision be as different as you are. So the affirmation for number 1, 2, 3 is my path is mine and mine alone. When I follow my path, alignment comes naturally. All right. Okay, so we also have 10, 10, which is growth. So when you guys are in alignment, um, you notice there's less friction and obstacles and distractions in your path. So we have 10, 10, growth. Angel whispers. Spiritual awareness is opening you to all that you are ready to see. Once again, the first message talked about your vision, okay? Your destiny is being fulfilled. Keep your intentions pure with your eyes looking ahead, meaning don't be looking at nobody else and what they got going on, because then you'll start using your energy and placing yourself where you do not belong and where you should not be, right? You're not staying on your path that way. When you start looking elsewhere and you start minding other people's business, you lose sight of your own business, okay? Um, Keep your intention pure with your eyes looking ahead, and you will continue to increase the growth that is here, meaning in your presence, okay? In the present. Affirmation. The more I invest awareness in my growth, the closer I continuously become to the outcomes I am seeking. So basically, when you invest more in yourself, um, when you are paying attention to you, your business, okay, that's when the outcomes are more viable and you see them, okay? So we have angel numbers 1, 2, 3, vision, okay, and growth 10, 10. So as love is concerned, what is it that the collective needs to see? Okay, because sometimes distractions are there, all right? Okay, so for some of you, you need, we have text messages here and unsent messages. So for some of you, collective, if you're not going to send the message, just don't even text it, okay? Because that's probably where your focus is doesn't belong. Anytime you have, yeah, we have making changes. That's in the reverse. Compromising, compromise, yes. So you're not willing to compromise. You're not willing to change. Um, if you're not willing to compromise or willing to change, then you don't see the bigger picture of your own life, okay? Um, what do the collective need to know as far as growth? So for some of you, traveling, experiencing new things, okay? Going outside of your own community. Leave what is comfortable, what you're used to, explore what you haven't, okay? So we have divine intervention here. Time for reflection, okay? So for some of you, you're not on the right path, okay? Because you are pretty much playing mind games. Um, you know, you're playing in other people's lives, okay? And you know, for some of you, you're competing, and none of these are going to lead you to where you really want to be. Honestly, you're competing with your ex-lover's new person, okay? Where you should be focusing on moving on past your ex, getting back out there to date, okay? And some of you are just like fixated on, I'm going to win him over, okay? Or I'm going to win her over. You guys aren't even together, okay? This person is not even in the picture. Like, some of you need to focus on healthy choices, all right? So even when you're not in alignment, there's always a way. Spirit gives you the message. So if you're watching this collective and you know that right now you're focused on an ex and who they're dealing with, okay, Spirit is trying to correct your vision, your sight, by telling you to make healthy choices, suggesting and guiding you to make healthy choices. Love yourself, take care of yourself, because that will yield you being happier, okay? That will bring the love in, okay, for a healthier lifestyle. And the more you're focused on that ex and who they're dating, the less time you're focused on that person that's actually going to reignite that spark in you. Get back out there, meet someone new, set a date, whether that's dating online or not. And as far as growth is concerned, experiencing new things, and then we have divine intervention and time for reflection, meaning both of these messages are guiding and suggesting that you focus on seeing um, your own path, okay? For some of you, this will yield to rebuilding, okay? Rebuilding what needs to be repaired, reconciling some differences, okay? And for some of you, this means detaching from connections that involve love bombing, okay? Narcissistic personalities, and just situations where either you're the one that's self-absorbed or you're dealing with people that are self-absorbed. So congratulations, because that is a big step to break free from this type of behavior so that you can rebuild yourself and reconcile with yourself. Although this image here, it shows a couple, right? Looks like they're coming back together. For some of you, you're going to meet your person while you're traveling. All right. So I am going to pull another one more, and then we'll just go ahead and see what else is coming out for the collective. But so far we have angel numbers 1, 2, 3. That affirmation is, my path is mine and mine alone. When I follow my path, alignment comes naturally. Okay. 10, growth. That affirmation is, the more I invest awareness in my growth, the closer I continuously become the outcomes I am seeking. And that was outcomes with an S, so plural, multiple success, okay? But for some of you, you need to mind your business, okay? Keep your eyes off of somebody else's prize, okay? 444 protection. Angel whispers, this is your time to take confidence in all that you pursue. The divine universe is working through you and protecting you. So while you guys are getting in alignment with yourself, and basically, if you notice these messages that talk about self care and being in alignment, they all point to what makes you happy, okay? The things that will, further your growth and help you get that soulmate, twin flame, sacred union, divine counterpart, whatever you label your person, however you label them, your twin flame, whatever. Um, all of these messages, the end goal and the end result, if you guys are noticing, is for you to get who, what, when, where, and how you want to get whatever it is that you want to accomplish in your life. So these messages are not to point out, look at what you're doing, okay? And you need to do this. That's not how this works, okay? Spirit reveals what's heavy in your energy. And if your energy is heavy with unhealthy lifestyles, unhealthy mindsets, unhealthy relationships, it's going to reveal that. But then it always offers the work that you need to do, some sort of encouragement, okay, guidance, and, an affirmation, okay? There's always energy here where the divine is saying, this is where you are. And there's never any judgment in any of these angel numbers, okay? These oracle cards, they pull energy. So if you are, um, whatever energy you're in, that's what comes out, okay? And a lot of people, if all, that's why people, have their favorite tarot readers. Some people want the tarot readers that is going to say, look, this is the good, bad, and the ugly that's going on in your life. And some readers are only going to say, uh, this is what's great. All of their messages are about uh, everything is great, everything is good, and everything is this. And if things aren't good, they shift the energy very quickly, or they'll edit the video and you'll never get to hear the adjustments that you need to make. And I'm not saying that any style is a right style. It's all about what you're attracted to, and it's all about what helps you, okay? If it helps you that there is a reader who is exposing the plots and the dark magic and the spell work and, the sabotage that's going on behind your back, or if it's exposing who's doing the dirt in the spirit realm against you, if that's what you want to know, then find those readers and listen to them. If you don't want to hear any of that, guess what? There's a million other readers out here that won't even talk about that. Some readers just, everybody has their style, and that's what's great. You can, hop from this channel to that channel and this channel to that channel and get a little bit of everything. That's what's great about the differences in styles of energy messages, okay? Because that's what these are. You can call it tarot, oracle messages, but they're energy messages. And they don't always stay the same. Okay, energy is always changing. So today, the message for you may be basically stay in your lane, keep your eyes on your prize and not somebody else's, and then you may shift the perspective, and you may go to sleep and wake up and you're no longer doing that anymore. So the next reading, if it resonates with you, that energy is not going to repeat. The energy only repeats when it's continuing. Okay? So, and also I had pulled this oracle card earlier. It says herbal medicine, healing, prophecy, and transfiguration. Okay? So there are a lot of you in the collective. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of hard to do a reading where nobody's gifted. Even those who are doing dark magic, have spiritual gifts, is it's all on how you what your intentions are behind it, you know? Like there are excellent mechanics out here that are just shady, okay? There are excellent car salesmen that are um they're con artists, right? They'll sell you a lemon and tell you it's an orange, right? But so as far as herbal medicine is concerned, I did kind of want to get into that collective because this is your gateway to healing, okay? And increasing your prophetic abilities, okay? So let's see what messages Spirit has regarding herbal medicine. Healing. We have the star energy, okay? Let me just clear this energy, get it off the board. Okay, so as far as herbal medicine is concerned, we have the star energy. I mean, what better energy to come out than the star? So the star with the page of wands, you guys are definitely on your healing journey, okay? For some of you, your sacral chakra may have been blocked, okay? Some of you may have completed a very big creative project that you have not rejuvenated, recovered from. So the star energy definitely, the star energy with the page of wands, that is your healing journey, okay? That is your path of healing, rejuvenation, renewal, okay, faith, definitely spirituality, okay? This is spiritual healing, all right? As well as physical healing, healing of the physical body. Okay, we have Jupiter out here, Jupiter and Jupiter, um, Pisces and Aquarius, okay? Some of you have also been misled um, while you were on your journey. It happens a lot, but this is a karmic lesson that someone is actually having to pay the consequences of, because this actually looks like someone intentionally led you down the wrong path. There's a Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? You know, who fed you some information, collective, to let you, that led you down a path that they knew was not the path for you because they're insecure in their own spirituality, but they felt like they could convince you that they had all this ancient wisdom and knowledge. You could trust the information that they were giving you. Uh, they're superior in their spirituality. Meanwhile, they're still in their ego. They're still in their ego, okay? They have a false sense of self. Um, but you have definitely been released and relieved of this energy, okay? Yeah, because they put you in a spiritual warfare contract. Five of Wands in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, and the Magician in reverse. That is definitely that's definitely um, that is definitely a spiritual journey um, that has its consequences. At some point, you realize that that was not a good choice to make, to follow this person, but they definitely intentionally fed you false information. Okay. Lesson learned, I hope. Okay. Justice in reverse with the Hermit in reverse. Um, These type of people, what they do is, look, the seven and the eight of both the seven and the eight of pentacles in reverse. Um, that's interesting because whoever this Queen of Wands in reverse is, they're holding on to their belief system. Uh, but their life is in shambles. Okay? Their life is in shambles. They're definitely not a generous person. They are in need of emotional healing and therefore can't really offer any type of energy healing. All right. They can't keep a stable relationship. Definitely unsuccessful in any type of sacred union here. And this is the type of energy that they wanted to pass on to you. I'll tell you what I'm getting. What I'm getting is, I believe that this person that led you on this false spiritual journey, I believe that they wanted to walk in your curtail of spiritual rejuvenation and restoration and spiritual healing, okay? Because mind you, we have the Star and the Page of Wands and the World. That is you being on the improper alignment with your spiritual journey. This person grabbed a hold of you before you really understood what how powerful and how great you are at what you do when it comes to herbal medicine, healing, being prophetic, and this transformation process. We have the High Priestess and the Sun. Doesn't get any better than that. That is definitely love and light energy, very positive energy, healing energy, okay? This is walking in the power of knowledge, healing energies, sacred healing energies through herbal medicine, knowing what you know, being very intelligent, spiritually gifted. And I believe that you are natural, okay? I don't believe that initially you had this formal. You could have formal education with the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands here, but I believe that you are just naturally gifted. And of course, along the way, you got formal education, okay? Because that's what your spirit guides led you to do, so that you could have the proper credentials to be validated by society. And don't get me wrong, if a person if they have not gone to school to be a surgeon, and they're not a doctor, they don't have their MD in any area, why would you go to them to have them perform a surgery on you? So, formal education is necessary because um, you can't just, like this person in the collective did, just took this person's word. And don't get me wrong, people are very deceptive and they can make themselves look like they know what they're doing. They can be good at gathering people up. They can have the gift of gab, okay? Uh, but someone is definitely and this is a spiritual warrior. This is not just a spiritual healer, this is a spiritual warrior. Temperance, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Sun. Absolutely. This is a spiritual warrior who protects others, okay? You do not have to pass on to operate in the spirit, okay? Astro, astro traveling projection, Okay, traveling on different timelines in your waking and or dream state. Okay, doing the works, the Ace of Wands, doing the works of the spirit, the spirit, the spirit, the spirit. Okay. All right. So, um, like I said, collective. Um, just ask yourself, why are you drawn to, uh, you know, oracles and tarot readers and energy healers? You have to ask yourself, why are you drawn to that energy? Um, you're drawn to that energy because that's within you, and a lot of people say, "Oh, that's not me." You know, I couldn't produce herbal medicines, or I don't have the gift of healing. I don't have prophetic gifts. Um, but this message came to me earlier. And so I just decided to, once I finished up my private readings, just go ahead and do this now, since I got those personal readings out the way. By the way, if you do want to book a personal reading, you can always go to any of the videos and look in the description area, and it's real simple, real easy. Anything that I receive without uh, getting a reading request, those will be considered, donations and support to the channel, because um, so I'm just saying that if you're going to book a reading, book the reading and pay once we have agreed uh, on a reading, okay? Otherwise, everything else is just considered a donation, okay? All right, so let's pull out some zodiac signs. You guys know that I like to get clarity on who's who, as if or they came from all there is, the philosophies and laws involved. So we have the ninth house, and then we have the 11th house, and then we have the moon, okay? Reactions and Mercury, many words. Um, so I'm trying to impress. So we could have a false high priestess, okay, who's trying to, well, not trying to, but what they do is they want to impress. They take the chance of presenting themselves as a high priestess or a high priest. Okay, we got the sun energy out here. All right, fifth house. So they appear to be happy. They appear to be just very confident, and not saying that the knowledge that they have is not correct, but they have motives. This Virgo energy in reverse, for me, the Virgo, the Hermit, I said the Hermit energy in reverse, because that is Virgo energy. For me, that represents someone who is not that they don't know knowledge and information. They take the knowledge and information um, to use it um, in a very they use their knowledge as a weapon to exploit, sabotage, gaslight, um, egotistically expose, uh, you know, people, places, theories, philosophies, and things of that nature. Um, and we have this Leo energy. This Queen of Wands in reverse. Someone could have a Leo sun with possibly an Aries North Node, or an Aries rising, possibly an Aries moon. Um, and so they use their knowledge to impress people so that they can yeah, this is ninth house, Sagittarius energy. So this person likes to make a grand entrance. This person likes to present themselves as if they are this to be valued, to be respected, to be honored type of person. Okay, uh, 11th house Aquarius energy. They come off as very friendly. They also come off as a free spirited, as if they have a lot of connections and associations with people. Um, but as you get to know this person, you'll notice that they don't really have any close friends. They may have people that they hold on to because they may need them to help them execute things, but even those people may not even be privy to uh, the deception of who they really are. We have the moon here. Someone could have an Aquarius moon or an Aquarius north node or an Aquarius south node. Okay. Um, so they use this nurturing aspect as to the people that they're associated with. Now, their circle of friends, right? So they put on this, and I'm gonna call it a facade because that's the energy that I'm getting. Okay, and once again, we have Mercury, which governs Virgo and Gemini. Um, they are not loyal to friends; they are loyal to their strategies and keeping up the facade that they are this grand, to be respected, to be admired uh, type of person, okay? They always seem to be free, although they have many connections and associations with a lot of people, places, and things, but they don't stick around anywhere for too long or with anybody unless that person, they need that person uh, for something to help them, but that person isn't privy. Or maybe that they hold on to people who they see what they do, but they don't get close. They don't let people really in on what they are doing because, and also, they definitely do not surround themselves with people who truly are spiritually gifted. I cannot make this up. 11th house just keep coming out. Okay, friends. We have the number 35 here. Someone could have a life path number 8. Okay. We have 10th house here. Capricorn energy. Being connected, traveling. But I'm getting traveling by foot. Okay. Not really by air. We have this fire element. So we have the sun and Leo energy out here twice. Okay. We have this Queen of Wands. That's fire. Fire. Saturn in the reverse. Okay, this person is very dishonest. Okay, we are in Saturn retrograde. This person is very deceptive. They may come off as like they're knowing a lot, as if they are wise, but they are not. They're just spitting knowledge. Okay, so we have Pluto in the reverse. That's about transformation. They may even fake spiritual ascensions. When they want to disconnect and uh, dissociate from people who they feel like are privy to their little scheme, because that's what it is, then they'll come up with uh, I need to do some spiritual cleansing, basically prepping people to be ghosted, okay? Prepping people to be ghosted. Uh, but with Pluto in reverse, and Saturn in reverse and fire, okay? So here's the moon here. The moon is in reverse as well, okay? So they're operating in the shadows versus what they're actually saying. They're saying that they're ascending and they need to go through a cleansing process. And so therefore they're pulling a Moses, as I call it, okay? It's called the Moses syndrome, where Moses said, you won't see me for a while because I'm going up in the mountains. I got to pretty much live like a monk, and you're not going to hear from me, see from me. Um, you know, Meanwhile, life is going on normally for them, and other area in there, nothing has changed other than the fact that you're becoming aware, the awareness of many thoughts about or from Mercury, okay? You've become aware of who they really are. So now they have to come up with a strategic way to ghost you without just ghosting you, okay? In a way to make you think of them, okay? And but what they will do is we have Libra in reverse, and we have Uranus in reverse, okay? Uranus governs Aquarius, okay? So now they're not friendly. The scales are not balanced, okay? Mercury retrograde, they probably now circling the block with people they have ghosted for about a year now. Here we go, Mercury, because they've come up with, it's like they're spinning the block with people who they have convinced that they went on a spiritual journey, and then they got all these tales and stories to tell about what they've gone through their quote unquote spiritual ascension, when in actuality they've gone through hell. Because see, they're suffering the consequences of their action. Okay, it's called karma. Okay, you're dishonorable in the spirit realm. Fifth house is real strong out here. That's the sun. It's Leo energy, creativity. Okay, this person may be very creative. Okay, well, they are creative. Okay, they are creative. It wouldn't shock me if they had a Virgo moon or Virgo Venus. It just wouldn't. Like I said, karma on that ass. So when they spin a block with these people, they tell tales of, look, we got Aries. They tell tales, that's first house. They tell tales of how they were done so poorly and so wrongly by people, all while they were just trying to help and be loving. And yeah, Leo in the reverse. This person is not operating in their North Node. Okay. Now I'm starting to pick up on some different Leo energy. Saturn return. Okay. So Saturn return. Okay. That's when you return to truth and wisdom. And they have not returned to truth and wisdom. So they're 128 days. Okay. Where you're supposed to be reaping the benefits of your 128-day journey. Okay. Being in alignment with truth and wisdom and responsibilities. Okay. When Saturn returned, the only thing you had to show for was that you have aged. That's it. Because see, Saturn in retrograde, it's like time slowing down, giving you the first house in reverse. That's Aries, and then fire. Um, Saturn retrograde is like time slowing down, so to speak, right? We know that time doesn't slow down, but there is that period where Saturn's energy offers us to see uh, illusions, false timelines, okay? It exposes the dark timelines that we may be on, okay? And the point of showing us the illusions and the karmic weight that's on us and false timelines and things of this nature is so that we can actually see the truth, honor the truth, okay? See the beauty in ourselves in life, take care of ourselves, and choose wisdom over illusion so that we can build a future with love and discipline in the spirit of excellence, okay? And then show the gratitude of being thankful for the energy of Saturn so that when Saturn returns direct, we are wiser, we are beautiful, okay? So that age is actually wisdom that we have gained, okay? Honor, we should be more honorable at the end of these 128 days. But this person here, they're not. When Saturn returns, the only thing they have to show is age, that they've aged, not wisdom, okay? And this goes on repeat, okay? Instead of honoring beauty, we have first house, the body in reverse, okay? The first house upright, that is all about beauty, okay? The number 25 here, someone could have a life path number 7. The number 7 is significant, okay? Um, 717. So, to you who may not realize that um, you are a healer, okay, by way of herbal medicinals, it's okay to have guidance. It's okay to have people who, you want to get, it's like, oh, they know things, they have connections, they can help me. You connect, they seem friendly, they seem caring, they seem to be a nurturer and things of that nature. They compliment you, they're quick to point out uh, your beauties and your assets and your wisdom and your gifts. But that's the bait. That's how they get you, okay? Because that they know that you don't know, not yet, how that you can see your own path, that you can clearly see your path, okay? All right, let's see. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? You have to be careful um, who whose wing you decide to um, tuck yourself under, okay? We have Wheel of Fortune. Good Lord. Fortunes are always turning. Seize the opportunity to change the future. And collective, when you meet people like this, that is your goal. You see someone who has what appears to be more wisdom, more knowledge, and more experience. And you are seizing, that's what you're doing. You're seizing the opportunity. Um, However, not knowing that this person is deceptive. They're living a false life. Okay, so we have new beginnings here. When one door closes, which once you figure out this person, you close the chapter, you close the door on that person. And once that door closes, believe that another will open, because it will, because that person was that you thought you were being tucked under an eagle's wing. The whole time it was the crow. I accept the challenges that life brings and acknowledge the opportunities and learning they bring me. Okay? Ooh, we have sparkle. Shine. I turn fear into strength. I free my mind from doubt and have faith in the goodness of the universe. I love and accept myself as a soul, and I discover the light that lives in me. I will say this: when you do meet up with people like this, um, it does allow you to actually accept yourself, um, and it does give you the opportunity to discover the light that is in you, because that person, after a while, the light in you starts to irritate them. Okay, it just does. We have 17 out here twice. Number 17. I might pull that number. Some of you may have a life path number 7, 11, 1. Okay. So we have faith and freedom. Okay. So when you free yourself from people like this, have the faith to know that although this person may have been a strategic deceiver, a manipulator, okay, and it causes emotions to stir up. Because can you imagine thinking that you've been tucked under the wing of an eagle, but the higher you started to soar, their wings and they just dropped you because they weren't an eagle, um, because they weren't as high in the spirit as they portrayed themselves to be, but they realized that you were. And whereas eagles can fly at extremely high heights without uh, needing to, they don't require as much, they don't lose oxygen like other birds. You know, crows and we know pigeons can't fly that high. Even seagulls can, they can fly pretty high, but not as high as an eagle. Okay, and so when it looks like you're ascending with this person is helping you. No, they're actually riding in your curtail. Okay, but after a while, they can't breathe because they can't soar as high as you. They can't fly as high. So they open their wings and they drop you because they need to go back down. Okay? They need to go to lower, they need to go closer to the grounds because they're not spiritually gifted. They're not highly, they don't rank that high in the spirit realm. And once they open their wing and drop you, aka ghost you and come up with, they basically tell you that you're not spiritually um ranking high enough to go with them, and so they have to leave you behind, and that's bullshit. Okay, dense fog. Brave the fog to find the answers, and that's pretty much what you do. Once you have calmed down from being dropped, ghosted, and you know whatever else you want to call it, manipulated. Okay, because you thought you had a travel companion. Okay, you entrusted your doubts to God to rid yourself of all of them, okay? You trust in God's perfect providence. You trust in His will, and you have found freedom from this person, these types of energies, okay? Travel companion. Meet new companions on an uncharted journey. Because once this person dropped you, ghosted you, and you realize what was really real, okay? You're somewhere you've never been, okay? You thought you had someone to come along with you. But it's okay because remember, when one door closes, another one will open. Although it's challenging and it can be scary and things of that nature, but the divine is your guidance. We have star guidance. Even in the darkness, there are clues of light, okay? So we have timeline here, the intertwining of past, present, and future. Um, Saturn retrograde offers that, okay? Release. I no longer struggle with fear and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts and accept every stage of life. I try to do what I am capable of doing and leave the things I can't change to God. Okay? That's what we do. Believe that everything will be okay because it will be. Okay? The voice of the soul. Listen to your soul's voice. Listen to your soul's call to find your true self. Okay? So, what spirits are reaching out to the collective? This person, when you started talking about herbs and things of this nature, because I'm definitely talking to an herbalist, someone who heals. You could heal through your food, through foods. You may be that person that you just know how to put the right herbs together when people are not feeling well, okay? So we have divine grace here. So the voice of your soul, okay? Um, Listen to your soul's call to find your true self, okay? Your soul is calling for divine grace, okay? Because what was stolen from you by those manipulative spirits that were uh, influencing this Queen of Wands in reverse, who you thought were tucking you under their their eagle's wings when they were just nothing more than a pigeon, right? We have knowledge of good and evil. And don't beat yourself up. We have propagation of light, because this person, they had a flashlight on, okay? We all have some light in us. But you freed yourself from being their slave because that's what they really wanted, okay? They wanted to have a slave. Fountain of wisdom, your soul is calling for your true self, okay? To partake in the fountain of wisdom. Intellectual lucidity. You're very... So not only are you... Because what is this? Political authority? Yeah, you have the energy to shift foundations, okay? The number 42 here. You have the energy to shift foundations, okay? Statutes and laws and rules and things of that nature. transformation, okay? Atonement of errors. So don't beat yourself up. Love and wisdom, this is you. And that's what they saw. Because if you don't know, you don't know. Now, here's the thing. Spirit, you, give yourself some credit, okay? Reconcile with yourself because you weren't operating in your ego. You literally was trying to find the way. Yes, desire for knowledge. You thought that's what you wanted. This person did have knowledge, okay? Um, Loyalty is what you were offering, but that's not what you were self-atonement because loyalty, you weren't supposed to offer that person loyalty, but you are such a good-natured person that's what you were going to offer that to that person because you're like, okay, they're tucking me under their wing, they're protecting me, they're shielding me, they're taking me to higher spiritual rankings, or they're leading me the way. They're allowing me to ascend spiritually. They had you thinking all of that, okay? When all along they were riding your curtail because they see that you are destined to fortune and fame, not from this is not going to be given to you from people. Someone definitely has a life path number 11. We have the number 56 here. 5 and 6 is 11. Fortune and fame. This is hand delivered by spirit. Okay. Healing capacity. That's what started this whole reading because spirit was giving me the message that collective, a lot of you are healers and you are prophetic, okay? And you may not call yourself a healer, but don't worry, you will be after a while. Longevity and eloquence, okay? You got that life, okay? You got that life. So spirit, so collective, that's the messages that I have for you, okay? So if this resonates, if there is someone who, look at this restoration of life, all right? If they try and spin the block, okay, and come back and let you know that they were on this spiritual journey, cleansing and things of that nature, just don't even say anything, okay? They'll get it. Reality will kick in, okay? I am loyal to myself and to others, but you take off your mask and you stop creating illusions, okay? And that's what that person will not do. Have the confidence in yourself and show your strengths. That's what you did. And when this person tries to come back and tell you that they have ascended, they've come back from the mountains or whatever the case may be, whatever they try to tell you, you don't have to feel any type of way. You don't need to hide anything. Replace your shame with the power of love and truth. And that's just that. Because when they first met you, this is what they saw. They saw that power in you. When they recognized that you didn't know who you were, that's how they pick who they pick, okay? That's what they do. That's how they eat. That's how they feed themselves. They find people who don't know who they are yet, okay? Yet. But once you start knowing who you are, then that's when they're going to start making up whatever it is they got to make up to ghost you. But they got to do it in a way because they still want to keep that facade up. They don't want you to ever, they don't ever want to expose who they really are to you because they want to always, they're hoping that you'll always leave the door open for them. Okay? Because in their mind, you'll never catch on. You will never catch on in their mind, okay? Joke's on them. All right. So, collective, just start doing your research on herbs, medicines. Like, I'm not saying you have to go out here. For some of you, you will be starting that journey. And whatever, however that journey looks for you, you will embrace it, okay? Everybody's journey is not the same. Everybody's healing journey is not the same. We all have different styles and things of that nature. You have the ability to take control of your life through a creative attitude. Create what is best for your heart. Firmly believe that you can change your inner and outer world by turning every thought into action. You bring light into your own life by doing things in the image of God. You bring the light into your life by doing things in the image of God. All right. Again, if you want to book a private reading, especially if you, for those of you who really want to really know more about, um, excuse me, tapping into or really exposing yourself, your true nature, so you can really focus on um, learning more about yourself and what your gifts and talents are. Um, Hit me up and we can start that process and that journey. I actually I actually like that. I actually like that because I don't know, there's just it's just something that makes me feel good knowing that you know, I can offer that type of support. All right. You guys have an awesome Pentacles day. That is Earth energy. Okay. So stay grounded. Stay responsible. That is Saturn's energy. Okay, Capricorn. Saturn governs Capricorn. So just make sure you make good use of your time. Okay. Until the next time, with love and light. Namaste, Ashe.